Good afternoon. Hi, Trevor. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Good to see you
Pleasure to
again.
be here.
Good to see you.
Likewise, likewise.
All right. So we're starting a possible 3 or 4 part interview regarding your journey post kidney transplant. And I am intrigued and ready to hear all about it. So, before we talk about your actual transplant, can you please tell me a little about yourself?
Yes, well, I was born in England, Manchester, England, in the 60s when they had the migration from Jamaica. My parents are Jamaican, and I migrated the other way back to Jamaica.
Okay.
And then I came here from Jamaica after 2 years, and I've been living here ever since 1975. So I did high school in New York. Gosh. And then I went into service at the end of my high school and did 4 years, came out, became a union electrician, and I've been an electrician for 35 years.
Mm,
Now I'm retired.
nice. Wow.
Mm.
Tell me, how long was your wait for your organ, and how did you get through that wait? What was that story?
Well, mine was interesting because I had a donor from the time I found out I had kidney disease, which was 2016, was when I found out I had kidney disease. And my problem was I had to be screened.
Mm,
And my hospital took 3 years in screening me. So
wow.
actually, I waited 3 years just to get my kidney transplant. And I didn't even wait
With
for a
a
donor,
donor.
even
Wow.
with a donor. Yes, that's how
Wow.
much logistics.
That's
Yeah.
curious.
So that was 3 years of dialysis.
Hmm. Tell me a little about your donor and how that story, that who was your donor?
Wow. Well, it's interesting because I know my sister is my donor, my half sister, and this is my father's daughter. I didn't meet my sister until later in life, so
Mm,
it's like it was a godsend. So I met her later in life. I knew I had a sister. We became very close, very fast because we always knew and wanted each other. And she had a meeting with her family, and they came to me and said they're giving me their kidney. The
you're
whole family.
kidding. That's a
My
blessing.
yes, yes, and I couldn't say no.
No, I'm glad you
And
did not say no.
I didn't say. And on top of that, my sister said it's the only way that she can rule me now. So she knows she rules me now. She ruled me
I love
anyway,
it.
but
I love it. You know,
she says I got to do what she says, and I'm
yes,
like, okay.
okay is right. I like your
Of course.
disposition.
I said, okay, of course. I'm not gonna say listen, it's a new lease on life. Whatever, keep
Absolutely
the status quo.
right. So, but how did
It's
you
not
get
enough
through?
payment.
How did you get through those years while you waited? I mean, you knew you had it, so that part was that stress was not there. But there's a lot associated with actually having dialysis. So, were you frustrated?
Oh well, with me, I did something that's a lot very unique with, but a lot of us still do it. I worked.
Mm,
I worked through it. I did a lot of overtime, even when I felt bad. I worked. I just tried to make as much money as I could because I knew once I got my transfer, I wasn't going to work anymore. I
okay.
told myself I was going to retire. So that took my mind off everything.
Oh, that's good. The idea of working while you go through things helps in its own way, right? Because it's that distraction. It keeps you. There's a sense of normalcy to your life, even though you're going through these things. So, tell me about when your transplant was actually scheduled. So, 3 years later.
Well, that was it was came so fast and it was like a shock. Like I said, I was working, and the thing was, I was working not far from the hospital. Like it was walking distance from where I was working.
Wow.
So yeah, so the date was scheduled to me. They was like they called me like, this is time. My sister, they called my sister. She had to fly in.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, she had to fly in. So when they scheduled it, they called us both at the same time and let us both know. And they had to schedule it with my sister, who wanted her to. So she flew straight into the hospital, and we had to have our surgeries at the same time.
Time,
So
yeah.
so I had a living donor as fresh as it could be.
Yes, wow.
It was right off
Thanks
the
to
right off the
medical
stove.
advancements. Wow. Yes.
And it was funny because the doctor said as soon as they hooked it up, it just started peeing right
Oh,
away. It just
wow. The way
the
it's
doctor
supposed
said,
to work.
yeah. The doctor said it was
Awesome.
so strong. It was like she didn't even she was like, wow. She didn't even realize how powerful it was. That was my sister's
That blood
kidneys.
connection. Yes, yes,
It
yes,
was that
yes.
blood connection.
Yeah.
That's why they like living donors.
Donors. Yeah. So
Yes.
later we're going to talk a little about that later. Well, maybe I mention it now. Someone recently said to me that living donors organs, well, kidney. We were specifically talking about kidneys. From a relative tend to last longer. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I've heard that and more
Okay.
because of it depends on how much of a match it is,
Okay.
that all that can be extended significantly. But that's you still it's still take into consideration how they took care of it. How, a lot of
Mhm.
things are
Are involved.
related to how long. Yeah, because you can have it and you're still eating wrong and you're doing things wrong and you still mess it up. So
Right.
that
That's
all
true.
that will be out the window. What you have to do as a recipient is do everything you possibly can to make sure it does extend. And if genes help, you'll see down the road. So I'm waiting. I'm doing
Waiting.
everything I can. I'm
Yeah.
waiting. I'm 2 years in next week. I'm two
In
years.
2 years. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad
Yes.
you're here. All
Yes.
right, Trevor. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to end here for now and
Yes.
we'll pick up this conversation again.
Definitely, Javila. Thank you.
Thank you.